first glance, you might assume that 72-year-old Caroline Vee is your typical granny, who now enjoys a much slower pace of life, but that couldn't be further from the truth, could it?
Despite abstaining from sex for more than 40 years as a devout Christian, Caroline left the church behind, going on to become an escort, adult model and webcam performer.
She now earns thousands of pounds a month under the name Busty Granny, and after sharing her story on the latest series of Olivia Attwood's ITV documentary Getting Filthy Rich, Caroline joins us now. Caroline, lovely to meet you.
Good
Lovely
morning.
to meet you too.
Thank you for joining us.
Oh, you're welcome.
It's quite an extraordinary story, the journey that you've been on to be where you are and doing what you're doing now. I wonder what Caroline in her 20s, 30s, 40s, even 50s would have made of what it is that you're doing.
Well, all of those years, I was a Christian, so I would have imagined... I would never have known about it, obviously, then, in those years. Never heard of it, didn't know anything about that side of life.
So swinging or the adult film industry or any of that?
I would have been totally ignorant of all of that. Yeah, I was living my nice little Christian life, you know?
Was it a life you were enjoying?
Oh, yes. Yeah, I was really committed. You know, involved each week, you know, you'd have church twice on Sunday, prayer meeting on Tuesday, youth group Wednesday, Bible study Thursday. Really involved, really committed. Oh, the young people, you know, we would go out and do things. Went to Spain doing evangelism, you know, tour out there. Yeah, it was my life. And I was happy, but I had moments throughout my life where I got depressed. And they were the unhappy times, which carried throughout my life.
And so then what was the catalyst? Because obviously there was a massive shift, a massive change in your lifestyle, your beliefs, your whole life.
Absolutely. I mean, you couldn't be more different, really.
No. So what was the catalyst for it?
Well, it was because in the church I had become totally disillusioned because my life was not good.
Right.
And so I got to the point where I thought, you know what? I don't think I really believe this anymore. I don't even know if there's a God anymore. And if there is, I don't think he cares much about me. So I thought, what am I doing here? This isn't for me anymore, you know. And they didn't understand my life and how bad it was and couldn't help at all, so...
And you'd never really had a relationship, had you?
No.
You hadn't found love, you hadn't found a partner, you hadn't really experienced that side of life?
No, never experienced anything like that, which is why... Well, in the beginning, before I became a Christian, I had a few boyfriends and such like and had experienced sex, but it wasn't enjoyable.
Right.
So when I became the Christian, it wasn't as if I was missing something.
Right.
Because I hadn't enjoyed it, you know, which is a huge part of why I didn't miss it.
Yeah.
You know, and just got on with life as it was, as thousands of people do who are single in the church, you know. And so, yeah.
So you left the church.
So I left the church.
And then did you go out on a date with somebody? How did that transition happen?
Yeah. I got propositioned by a 27-year-old rugby player.
Wow.
I was 57 at the time.
This is in the Florists?
Yes. I knew him through work. We'd never met, but we used to do flirty stuff on the phone, you know, as you do. And then one day we were talking on Facebook.
Yeah.
And he said, why don't you come over to mine this evening? And I thought we were still doing the flirty stuff, so went along with it, didn't go. He rang me up and said, well, where are you then? And I went, oh, are you serious? Oh, wow. So I went, no, because I was still very shy and...
Yeah.
So, but then I thought, well, I'd been having emails from a sort of dating sex website. I thought, oh, well, if a 27-year-old rugby player thinks I'm sexy, let's do a little exploring, shall we? And so I found this website, went on there, and I was getting messages from 18-year-olds.
Even younger?
Yes. And I was going, no, being young enough to be my son is one thing. Being young enough to be my grandson is just wrong on so many levels.
Right.
And just an age, babe. They'd say, oh, no, but age is just a number. Yeah, but an important one. Yeah, so I met a lovely guy. We went for a drink, then we went for a meal, and then he invited me to, said, would I go to a hotel with him?
OK.
And he was closer in age to you?
Yes.
Still a bit younger, but closer?
Oh, yes, he's late sort of 60s now.
Right,
so
OK. Yeah.
Very close to my age. And so, yeah, we got on really well. And so we went to the hotel and, so we did oral, which I'd never done before.
OK.
Yeah.
So I wasn't quite sure what to expect, really.
Right.
Neither are we.
No. And he thought I was very good at it. Let's just put it that way.
Right.
And he said, where did you learn to do that? And I said, I haven't. It's my first time. And he said, well, you got a gift. So I
Right.
thought, well, I'll take that.
That's quite a compliment.
Yeah.
It is, isn't it, when you
Yes.
haven't done anything for 40 years, to be told that on your first time?
Absolutely.
You know, nothing like boosting your confidence, is there?
No.
So, so we carried on seeing each other for about a year or whatever. And then another friend who I'd met on that site, he came over to my place once, and on his way out, he said, I've been going to a club for the last few months. I think you should join me. And it was a swingers club.
And what did you know about swinging at
Nothing.
this point then, Caroline? You still didn't know
Absolutely.
what
She's
that
a
meant.
very quick learner, though, Belinda. She's okay. Don't you worry.
She's adventurous,
Caroline's
that's for sure.
okay. Don't you worry about that.
So you didn't know. So you go along to this swinging club.
Yes, and it was a party night.
Okay.
So, it was a bit busy.
Yeah, we don't need too many details.
No, I'm not going to give you any.
No.
No, because it's really not suitable for daytime television. But let's just say it was a party night, and it was very busy. And I thought, oh, my goodness me, what have I come to? What is this place? You know, and it was interesting and enlightening, but quite scary as well.
I bet it's
Okay.
intimidating.
And so he said, well, you should come back on another night when it's not so busy.
Right.
Okay.
So I did. And that was far more, that was lovely. That was like a social. You sat around chatting, you go in the pool, in the hot tubs, all very nice and civilised, you know.
Very civilised.
Very civilised. And then you could go off and play.
But not so
whatever you
civilised,
want,
yeah.
you know.
Slightly Romanesque.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
You know.
Yeah. And so that's how I got into the swinging. I then carried on, joined the website and started meeting lots of guys.
And then you kind of put two and two together and went, well, actually, I quite like this. I can actually make some money now.
Well, I
doing this as
didn't,
well.
funnily enough, because I didn't know anything about the escorting at that time.
So how did you find
So it was the guys that I was meeting, and they were saying to me, have you thought about doing escorting? You'd be good at it, and you get paid. And I thought, got to find out more, haven't you? I mean, you know, you can't do anything but I need to find out. So I did. And I saw a documentary, and there was an 85-year-old lady on there doing it.
Right.
And I thought, oh, my. Well, if she can do it, so can I. So one of the guys that told me about it, he got me all set up on the site. And, yeah, and off I went.
And so
Wow.
suddenly you're now doing this professionally. So you're having physical and sleeping with men for money.
Yeah.
Caroline, and have you ever sort of struggled with the sort of the conflict in that, whether it's a sort of thing that people do or that it's a quite a sort of obviously it's an old business. It's been around for centuries.
Longest profession.
Yeah.
Industry, isn't it? So,
have you ever
in
been
the world.
conflicted at all?
No, I think because, I mean, OK, you could say the money, but given that I was already meeting people and doing the same things in the swinging, it was just, well, if you can get paid for it, why not? You know, it's a way of earning money. It's no different. You're still meeting the same kind of people, doing the same things.
And you're enjoying it.
And you're enjoying it.
And what's
yes.
it like being able to offer that service? Because I know that there's quite a lot of younger men that now enjoy your company. What's it
Yes.
like being able to share that with them?
It's great. I mean, I meet all sorts, you know, all occupations, all sorts kinds of backgrounds and all ages, you know. And let's just say there's quite a large percentage of the population that have granny fantasy.
Right.
Something completely new to me, never knew anything about it. But they're just normal guys, and they just like to play with grannies. Because they feel comfortable with us.
Yeah.
Because they're girls their age or women their age, they can be a bit not helpful. They can ridicule them a bit. You know, they're not understanding about guys and all of that realm and what you do. And so they like older ladies because we're just very relaxed with them and we help them and understand. And so it's like, yeah.
And if you know, taking everything that you know now, would you have started doing this earlier?
Absolutely.
Why?
Oh, my goodness, because it's so much fun. I mean, you know, at the moment now I'm travelling around the country doing photo shoots, you know, making little video clips to sell.
You've given up your job at the florist?
Only recently.
Right.
31st of December last year.
Yeah.
Packed that in because I'd paid the mortgage off.
Well done, Caroline.
Last payment done. floristry gone because it was going downhill.
Right.
Trying to make money, no good.
What do your family make of this?
Let's just say they're not too impressed.
OK. You haven't got any children, there's no grandchildren.
No, never got married.
But you have got siblings.
So, yes.
But you're sort of estranged from those?
Yes.
You haven't been in contact at
They
all?
decided that we were going to meet, and then they got some information from somewhere. Don't know what, because it had been out there a long time. So we don't know who told them what. I still don't know how much they know. But they sent me an email saying, in view of certain revelations in the media, we do not think a meeting would be helpful.
No. How do you feel about that?
And I thought, whoopee, because I actually didn't want to meet them, because I knew what they thought of me before doing any of this.
Right. And what about the future? What does the future look like for you?
The future now, well, having paid the mortgage, huge relief. Never, ever thought I would do that, so that's marvellous. That was the main reason of doing it, clear the mortgage. And then it's enjoy life. Got a guy that wants me to be his travelling companion. All expenses paid. What's not to like about that?
And you stay very safe and you take care of yourself.
Absolutely. I mean, I did start off meeting them for a drink, like I used to do on the swinging. Be it from drink or coffee first. Just have a chat, you know, whatever. Did that for a little while, and I thought, you know what, this is just wasting my time. Let's just let them come, and they come straight to my house.
Make it more efficient. And how much money, can we ask how much money you're making on a good month, Caroline?
Probably 3,000, but that would cover everything that I'm doing. You know, the videos, the webcamming, the escorting, you know, all of that, if you combined it, yeah. I mean, I couldn't make, you know, that kind of money anywhere else.
No.
You know, no way, you know, and I'm never going to want another job.
But you're enjoying yourself and you're enjoying life and the adventure.
I'm loving it. I mean, that's why I want to continue.
Yeah. They paid a mortgage.
I've paid my mortgage, but they say, you know, how long are you going to carry on? I said, well, as long as I'm able and as long as I'm enjoying it. And I'm providing a lovely service for all you lovely guys out there that have fantasies of all kinds.
We can see how much you're enjoying it. You have a great energy about you as well.
You absolutely do. You
Thank
really
you.
do. There's definitely a twinkle in the eye.
Isn't there just?
More than.
I couldn't do it if I didn't enjoy it. I couldn't do anything if I didn't enjoy it. So I love it. And I just want more ladies of my age to think, yeah, I could do that, just like I did, those years ago when I saw that lady.
Caroline, thank you for coming in and being so open and honest.
Yes.
It's great.
Refreshing.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Let us know what you think about Caroline's experience. Is it something that you'd be maybe interested in doing? Is it something you have an opinion on? We'd love to get your thoughts on that.
Hello.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload tons of new content every single day. So hit the subscribe button, like all the videos, and don't miss out. We'll see you in the morning.